Welcome to the Daily Bible Podcast, an opportunity to connect to Jesus every day through reading the Bible and praying alongside other followers of Jesus. We hope you can join us on this daily journey by clicking the subscribe button or going to thevillagenashville.com/dailybible for daily emails. Let's get started.
Hi, this is Carla. Today's daily Bible passage is Ezekiel 47, 1 through 12. Then he brought me back to the entrance of the temple. There, water was flowing from below the threshold of the temple toward the east, for the temple faced east. And the water was flowing down from below the south end of the threshold of the temple, south of the altar. Then he brought me out by way of the north gate and led me around on the outside to the outer gate that faces toward the east. And the water was coming out on the south side. Going on eastward with a cord in his hand, the man measured 1,000 cubits, and then led me through the water, and it was ankle deep. Again, he measured 1,000 and led me through the water, and it was knee deep. Again, he measured 1,000 and led me through the water, and it was up to the waist. Again, he measured 1,000, and it was a river that I could not cross, for the water had risen. It was deep enough to swim in, a river that could not be crossed. He said to me, "Mortal, have you seen this?" Then he led me back along the bank of the river. As I came back, I saw on the bank of the river a great many trees on the one side and on the other. He said to me, "This water flows toward the eastern region and goes down into the Arabah. And when it enters the sea of stagnant waters, the water will become fresh. Wherever the river goes, every living creature that swarms will live, and there will be very many fish. Once these waters reach there, it will become fresh, and everything will live where the river goes. People will stand fishing beside the sea from En-Gedi to Eglaim. It will be a place for the spreading of nets. Its fish will be of a great many kinds, like the fish of the great sea, but its swamps and marshes will not become fresh. They are to be left for salt. On the banks on both sides of the river, there will grow all kinds of trees for food. Their leaves will not wither, nor their fruit fail, but they will bear fresh fruit every month, because the water for them flows from the sanctuary. Their fruit will be for food, and their leaves for healing." So, as I read this passage, the two questions that I want to address is, what is God saying to me? And what am I going to do about it? And as I read this passage, I couldn't help but get the image out of my head about our building. I know there's not really water around the building, but I can just envision the love and the people and everything that's going to happen in our building flowing out into the community. And that is kind of what God's saying to me through this passage as we walk the land, as we stand on top of the hill and look around, and we see all the houses that are being built. We see the grocery store. We see the assisted living place. We see new places yet to come. I just think of all the fresh fruit that we will bear, and the water will flow from the sanctuary, and their fruit will be for food and their leaves for healing. And I just think that there's so much opportunity for us. And I think this is, what am I going to do about it? I think I'm going to do everything I can to go where God leads me out of the building. You know, the building will be our place to worship, and then we will flow out of the building, and we will bless the community. And I think that is what I feel like God's saying to me through this passage. Will you pray with me? Dear God, thank you so much that we could gather together on the side of the building yesterday, and thank you for these words. And we can look at the water of life as an image that allows us to think about how we can bless other people and how we can spread the love of Jesus to the community. and just help us to prepare for that time and to go forth and do even as we are building the building. And help us to all have a good week and to focus on you. Amen.
And now here are a few things for you to think about as you read and spend some time praying. I hope you've made some good space today to listen for the voice of God as you read and hear and pray. We've been talking over the last few weeks about being hero makers, about being the kind of people who invest in and encourage the people around us and invite them to follow Jesus. This past Sunday, we gathered together for worship within the frame of our building for the first time. It was incredible. And just like we want to be hero makers ourselves, we also want our building to be a physical representation of our mission, to help us in the work of hero making. And as we talked about, to be a hero maker at its core means allowing the blessings of God to flow through us to other people, rather than to build a dam in our lives in order to keep God's blessings to ourselves. God desires for your life and my life to be a river rather than a pond. And so as you have some time now to pray, think and pray about the ways that God is asking you to be a blessing by investing what you have in the lives of other people. What is God saying to you today? And how are you responding?